Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, guys. It's half past. It's half past 7. As usual, I come live 7:30 from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. And we get rolling and we talk about tax and property investing, structuring of the wealth structures. It's very, very important that you understand. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it and have questions. I want more questions. I want more questions. I want more questions. Questions, guys. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Today, as usual, I always try to have a sort of a topic because this was inspired by the question from Witumelu yesterday, who asked me about group companies. He has to remind me because I can't remember the question, or rather, I'll prefer that he re-ask the question. Please engage with me. Stick around until 8 o'clock. Don't leave. Don't go away. Because if you go away, I'll be bored. I see Vincent is joining me. He says, good evening, my good sir. I'm saying good evening back to you, Vincent. Call everyone you know, call your brothers and sisters and tell them that Shilibo is here. Shilibo is going to be engaging and answering and asking, or rather questions around structures, wealth structures, and in the main also tax and property investing. Why not join me? Why not join me? Because I'll also be looking at some of the questions and from various social media pages that people engage and talk to me as and when I'm waiting for your questions, who are watching me from who are engaging with me from YouTube. I hope everyone is good. I'm waiting for questions. When I'm still waiting for questions, guys, I'm gonna try to see what other people are saying, because as much as we've got the topic for today, does not necessarily mean I stop you from asking any form of questions. Stick around, don't leave, and be with me. Let me see what Alexa say. What happens if the company goes broke? Would you lose the property? I think that this is where the concept of limited liability comes in, guys. When you form companies and when we form group companies, guys, there's something that you will be familiar with, what we call limited liability. What is limited liability? Who can share with me what is your understanding of limited liability? Talk to me. What is the definition, or rather understanding, of when we talk about limited liability? What's your understanding? My understanding when it comes to limited liability is the fact that should anything happen to the company, should the company get into trouble and get liquidated, you as the founding shareholder, you will be limited to lose what is inside the company, what you would have contributed to the company. That is the definition or the substance and the explanation around limited liability. So if you are to transfer all your wealth into the company and the company gets into trouble for whatever reasons, for whatever business difficulties, then that is what you're going to lose. And that's a beauty about it, because then it separates you from being liable for companies' issues, unless you're part and parcel of such mistakes and there was a fraudulent activities that you might have participated or partaked into it, which I wouldn't recommend. So let's see. Vincent says, yesterday he asked, what is better, to run the property business in one company than use another one to hold ownership of the company? That's a group company, Vincent. Thank you so much for reminding me such a question. Let me give you some of my understanding about the issue of such structures. And there's no right or wrong answer. I think that's what we need to take note of. There's nothing wrong, or there's no right or wrong answer. Okay? I think that is a key thing. So it all depends on commercial reasons. It all depends on shareholders' preferences. Why would people have such a group structures? Number one, the basic one is the fact that dividends that are declared by one company to the next company are not subjected to dividend withholding tax. I think that is benefit number one, because then what it means is that company B, as the subsidiary of company A, can declare dividends to company A. right? If I've got a property company, Vincent, and then I then distribute dividends to company A because company A is the shareholder of company B. Would you agree with me that if the money stays there as dividends and doesn't get distributed outside of company A, then that transaction between the two will then not be subjected to dividend withholding tax? And why would someone do that? In the main, people will do that because what they want to do is to build other companies, because then company A can then reinvest that money without having to pay tax and having not to worry about compliance issues, and then just finance it into another property company. Let's say you want to enter into development with a newly formed company, in this case, company C, then it means you can easily just distribute that money that contributed into companies C rather, and then get involved in some of the developments opportunities that can potentially. Do you see one of the benefits? And we'll go as we go along, wait until the end. We'll be speaking at some of advantages of having such a group structure as we Dumelo had wanted to know yesterday. So that is one of the key reasons why people who have typically have such structures. But would I recommend that structure at the beginning when someone just started? I don't think so, because it comes with so much responsibilities at the beginning. And what are the chances that you'll be declaring dividends at the junior level when you've got one or two properties? That time I'll be more interested in building that particular company. So I think for me, it's about rather focusing on one or two companies at the beginning and get them right first and get them working first before you start complicating yourself and having various structures that might actually end up creating unnecessary administrative cost. We don't want to get there, do we? So yes, we don't want to get there. So we want to keep things as clean as possible as we go along. Okay, so now let me see what Ronald, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining me. If you liked how I answered Vincent's question and that of Dumelo, you can give me a thumbs up and just tell everyone that is here that, hey, Chidi Boys are around. We're going to be answering questions until 8 o'clock. Let's go. Ronald, what do you say? Ronald, you say, hi. We have a rental business that makes about 12 grand a month. We want to get into a property space. The company has been running for 6 months. How do we go about it as a business? I think for me, the starting point is that come to Tax Edu ZA and we'll be your accounting firm. I think that's the starting point, because the reality is that when you go into the bank tomorrow and you want to raise capital, they're going to ask you for financial statements. That is just inevitable. They're going to want that. They might even potentially want tax clearance. Some banks can even end up wanting tax clearance certificate. So where will you get that? You need someone like Tax Edu ZA as an accounting firm to do your monthly. Ronald, I expect you to WhatsApp me and then let's get that together. And remember, you want to go into business. So I'm telling you that is the starting point. So I'm not sure what you mean, because you're already in a rental business when you say you want to go into property business. So I'm not sure I'm mistaken. I don't understand what you mean, because you're already in the business. The fact that you've got it going on for 6 months, you are in the business. There's no way of getting into business other than what you're already doing. I think for me, it's just a matter of now getting your house in order, ensuring that all the compliances, everything is up to date, making sure that you submit tax returns, you're making sure that all your record keeping is up to date, because that is crucial. If you want to come and be one of the greatest players in the property space, you want to ensure that all compliance are solid and clean and sorted. Okay, so let's work on that, Ronald. I think that is the starting point. Let's get that in. We're renting it out. Oh, you are renting out the bikes. Oh, so yeah, okay. I just assumed that you are actually in the property space. You know, when someone says rentals, you're like, okay, rental business, rental properties. So I was not expecting that. Okay, that's good. Oh, even that, I mean, let's get that in-house in order for that matter. The chances are, and I'll be honest with you, the chances are the banks might not entertain your business. And I'll tell you why. In the main, banks prefers businesses that have been trading for more than 2 years. Because what they're going to look at you, Ronald, they're going to see you as self-employed person. Even if you get yourself salary from the thing, from that rental business, which is not going to be sufficient. I mean, I presume that the 12K is a gross income, so it's not enough to even be having a salary on a monthly basis. So I think for you to then go into business in property space, it will be to use your name rather than that business, the BuyX business, because then get your house in order in terms of salary. I assume that you might be any salary outside of this rental business. So then I think the starting point will be to use your personal name to actually getting into property. Or for that matter, you might actually, if you've got time, you might leverage or exchange your time by finding deals and coming back to people like myself and say, Shilly boy, I've got deals. I want you to advertise to some of your clients. And I'm more than happy to actually share some of property deals with some of our clients. And that's why I always encourage people to say, if we've got deals, because I mean, that the truth of the matter is that Tax Edu as an accounting firm in the main service property investors. So if you've got a deal and then you want to raise capital, you're more than welcome to WhatsApp me, and then I can always organize a webinar where we present that particular deal to the potential investors. And then as a result, we then make sure that the deal is closed. So yeah, so that can be another way of getting to property space if you don't have capital, just going by sourcing deals and then coming back and then sharing the deals. Okay, so yes, let's keep going. I hope I answered you, Ronald. If I didn't, please have a follow-up question. I would love to engage with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying and you are finding value in me answering questions. I'll be answering questions from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So you know that you've got a date with me. Share the link, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I mean, spread the message. Let's have more people joining us to grow. And then if you're not part of the WhatsApp group, please let me know and let me add you to the relevant WhatsApp group. Vincent says, I also assumed it's a property. Of course, we are not wrong, Vincent, because in the main, we deal with properties investor. So Ronald might be the exception. Ronald, welcome. Welcome, Ronald. I don't know, Ronald. Ronald, maybe WhatsApp me. I'll appreciate if you can WhatsApp me. I want to have a chat with you. Or you can send me your number on the comments if you don't, but it's going to be public. So rather WhatsApp me. WhatsApp me. And then let's have a conversation. Let's see how we can help you. So is there any other question, guys? I'm waiting for questions. I want you guys to ask as many questions as possible. For those who just joined me, give me a thumbs up and share the live session with more people. Encourage people to come join us. Guys, stick around, and ask questions. This is free. Stick around with me and ask questions. Keep asking questions, and we then get to somewhere, because at the end of the day, it's about empowerment, right? And then, by the way, on the 10th of September, I've got estate planning workshop with Shilibwe Mutiba. It's once a year workshop in Johannesburg. Once a year workshop in Johannesburg. So what I'm going to do, okay, let me do this. I'm gonna share the link of the I'm going to try to share the link on the comments. Let's see if I can quickly get the link for you guys. And in the meantime, guys, ask questions. I'm going to tackle your questions when I'm trying to get the links. I'm going to try to quickly get the links for the estate planning workshop that is happening on the 10th of September. So I would prefer that you guys join me there. It's going to be physical workshop the whole day. And then you spend time with me where we go through structures, we go through quite a lot of things, learning and ensuring that you understand the property investing, you understand wealth structures, you understand individual wealth protections, you understand that you've got a live policy, live files rather. At the end of the day, you must have that live file. You understand how the companies works, you understand how trust works, how group structures works, by the way. So I'll be giving those tax strategies on how other property investors and wealth creators actually protect their wealth. Company is crucial, but how many of you guys understand companies? We just go to CIPC and we register company, and then we don't even read the MOIs. We don't even understand where the MOIs stands and like what it means. Like we just go along with life. So you'll be learning all those things, yes, on the 10th of September. I shared the link on the comment section, guys. It takes you directly to Quicket. You get the tickets for the 10th of September. So somebody, Sebastian, says, if I'm renting out a property for the first time and need to declare it, must I do so by SARS or consult with you? You have to come back to me, Sebastian. Come back to me. Let's formalize you. Guys, I don't like people who, and by the way, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having properties in your personal name and renting them out. But I personally don't think it's a way to grow as a business person, personally. And like I said, there's no right or wrong answer, but I prefer to build something. You know, even if you build something that has 10 properties and is well run, it's proper business. I mean, earlier today I was on site in one of our properties and I was walking around and I looked at one of my neighbors. He's building such a beautiful one, like it's about 8 units, so beautiful, like well built. And we calculated the potential rental, of course. As a property investor myself also, I calculate the potential rental that he's going to make. It's quite a decent. And I looked at, and he has about two properties in that street. So to me, I was like, geez, this guy is making so much in one property. So he doubled that with that. You know, you can make a decent business, even if it's like 10 properties, but well run and a couple of units. You can actually do very well. So if that's the case, guys, please do things properly. Sebastian, I'm going to answer questions. Say, please, let's do things properly. What's up, Miss Sebastian? Let's have a proper business, guys. Let's have companies. At basic, let's run business from a company level. That's like as basic as possible. It's easy to transfer a company than transferring properties that are sitting in your personal name. It's quite much easier. Okay. And then Sebastian says, should I wait to receive rental income before I can declare? And how long is the period to declare? So guys, the thing is, the issue of declaration is the fact that once you start any other income other than remuneration, you are considered what you call professional tax payer. If you're an individual or a trust, your first professional tax returns needs to be submitted now. During now in August is the time for professional tax returns, right? And then 6 months later, end of Feb, I think they reduce even the deadline. The deadline is actually January now. It's no longer end of Feb. It used to be end of Feb. Now they reduced it to end of Jan. So the second professional tax returns will be end of Jan. So you understand. So because now you're earning other income other than other than salary or remuneration. So and therefore you need to do that. So you might not know these things and you end up getting yourself into trouble, Sebastian, right? So, and like any other guys here. So that's why you need to be very, very crucial and very, very careful on how you do your submissions. And then there's that annual tax returns that normally you need to submit it immediately there after the year end of your business. Is crucial to submit those annual tax returns. Okay, cool. It's my first property. That's why it's bought in my name. The second is definitely going to be in a company name. Okay, good luck, Sebastian. We can be worried about your personal tax returns also now. Let's help you with that because now you are a professional tax payer. You are no longer just a normal tax payer where you're going to be subject to that auto assessment where your things are easy and clean. But now you just complicated your life, Sebastian. So let's make you a business. Let's make you a business. WhatsApp me also. I'm more than happy to help you under TaxEdu as an accounting firm. For those who might not know, yes, TaxEdu is a tax and accounting firm. So we help you with all your accounting issues and SARS issues and the tax advisory. Then Intergen is a wealth management business where we deal with things like trust, companies formation, disease estates, wills and estate planning and financial planning. So come to those. So there's like different separate businesses, yet they complement each other, right? Don't get confused. At least you know tomorrow when you talk to your friends and someone says, I need an accounting firm, you know that I'm going to speak to Shilipo. Shilipo will help me. Then if you know that you want to form some sort of a trust, or you want to do wills, or you want to do disease estate administration, then you know that I'm going to speak to Shilipo Intergen. He's one of the co-founders of Intergen. As much as he might not be the one who's helping me, but then he has a team that can help me rather, right? Okay, let's go on. Guys, I need questions. Come on, give me questions. We're about 10 minutes to go. Stay around. Don't leave. Give me questions rather. If 8 of you guys give me questions, then we take 1 minute each to answer that question. Then that will take us to 8 o'clock. Okay, I want you 8 of you guys to ask me questions. Come on. Come, let's have the questions. I'll see someone is saying, can you please compare a trust against the company? Z wants to know a comparison between a company and a trust. Okay, I think the starting point of a company is the fact that they're similar in a sense that they can live on forever, right? Both company and a trust. One is taxed at 28%. The other one, the statutory tax rate is 45%, a trust. And then trust does not have shareholders, while company can have shareholders. And the other one does not have directors, which is a trust, but then it does have what you call trustees, and then the company has directors. Okay, they can both be founded by someone, and in this case, there's a founders. Normally, with the company can have a founder, but then there's always a minimum one director that needs to be appointed with the company. Similar to trust cannot be formed without a beneficiary. You cannot form a trust without a beneficiary. You always need, and this is how one of the reasons I don't like testamentary trust, because you can form a testamentary trust and say, and put it in your will and say, upon my death, I want my kids to form a testamentary trust, and then they can achieve or get something when they reach 30 or 35, or upon them passing their degree and things like that. What happens if they repudiate that claim and they say, nah, man, I don't need, I don't want what is this thing? I don't want to wait. I don't want to be a beneficiary in that will. So which means that the will then is invalid, in a sense that then we have to administer your deceased estate under intestate succession. So that's one of the reasons why I don't really like testamentary trust, because it leaves you with no much power, just hoping that the beneficiaries will cooperate with your wishes. So someone is saying, Veja says, yesterday you said you will answer the question today. Did I miss that? Yes, you did, Veja. You did. You are a late comer. You are a late comer. You are a late comer. I think Ronald, Veja is referring to the question from Witumelo, the one that we started with. Veja, go and rewatch this live show. Once it ends, rewatch it, and then you'll get the answer. Or if it has nothing to do with Witumelo question, you can ask it. I'm more than welcome. Like Ronald is saying, ask questions. When you buy a property, do you register it under a company or a trust when you have both? Look, I see what you mean. Look, Veja, I think you've got a group structure, right? So for me, in that context, it's just a matter of you need to decide why you're buying that property. I think that's the starting point, right? The starting point is, why are you buying that property? What is the purpose for that property? Because if the purpose is to reinvest the money that you're making, would you agree with me that you only want to retain money in a trust? Like I was saying earlier, where I was answering the question here, I was comparing a trust and a company. So you'll potentially be taxed at 45% because you'll not be distributing that money. So at the end of the day, then it does not make sense to be buying the property in the trust, right? But if the intention is to distribute and look after the well-being of your kids or your parents or grandmothers, it might sometimes be ideal to take advantage of codified principles where you distribute money directly to the beneficiary through the trust. And that in its own, it can be more efficient than having that particular property in the company. So ultimately, it's a matter of why are you investing in that property? That's why I always tell people, every property investor, say, why are you investing in the property? If you don't have an answer for that, that can actually end up confusing you. So I think that is more crucial. Then once you know why you're investing in that particular deal, then it helps us, all of us, to then decide, okay, ideally then this property should be sitting in this particular structure. So I think that's to answer your question. What's his name? Veja. Let's see. So someone says, can you help with setting up a trust? Yes, more than definitely we can help, Pizzi. We can, it's actually Smalls. Smalls say, can you help with setting up a trust? Intention can be more than willing to assist you with trust registration. Just WhatsApp me. My number is 074-589-6439. Intergen can be happy to actually assist you with regard to transformation. That is what we do the best, right? And by the way, we're gonna be launching an IT system for wills, where you can just be updating and registering your will at the comfort of your home through your phone, and you just fill it and you register it. So that system is coming very soon. I'm looking forward to that system, automated. So all of you guys, I know that now by the end of very soon, you're gonna be having updated wills with Intergen. That is amazing. Revolutionary is coming. So watch out for that. Someone OT says, so is this possible when your house is still he was talking about transferring, he's asking if, so is this still possible when the house is still financed by the bank? He's referring to the issue of he's referring to the main issue of the property is still bonded and he wants to transfer them into a company or a trust. Can you still do that even though they are bonded? Yes, you can do that. Like I said yesterday that I said yesterday that you're gonna need the blessings of the particular bank to cancel the bond and reapply on the other side. Okay, so one more question, guys, until 8 o'clock. Sama, thanks for the response. See you in September on the event. Have you bought the ticket, Veja? Let's start there. USA on the event. Guys, Veja is talking about the estate planning workshop. It's physical. It's the whole day with me. I can only take 25 people. I can't take more than that because we want it to be more impactful. There's going to be a group consultation where we go through each person live file. And you might be wondering, what is live file? Yes, you gotta have to come to the workshop to know what is a live file. So I need few people. I can't have many people because we'll be going through each person's file. And then that is your homework, by the way. Venture, if you are coming, you must know that you're gonna have a homework. You don't come to workshop without doing the homework. Don't come. I want someone who has done my homework before you come to the workshop. Because we're not going there to teach you theory. We're going there to implement. The workshop is about implementation. It's about, because you guys, you just attend these webinars, we talk, and you never implement. So now I'm forcing people to implement. Then there's a module on the trust formation. I make sure that all the compliance on the trust are there in your file. If they are not there, I'll smack you. I'm not violent, but I mean, I'm gonna have to smack you. And then we make sure that the company formation also, we look into the company formation. And then if you don't have the documents, and then I'll also smack you on that. And then we're also going to be looking at deal analysis and deal sourcing. One of the colleagues are coming from SAP and they're going to take us through that. And then we're going to be also looking at individual tax wealth rather. So we're going to be looking at things like RAs, medical aids, credits and wills and things like that. And then we're also going to be looking at what type of investment that goes through into trust. What do other rich people uses trust for? So it's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting the whole day with 25 people. And Vecha, you say you'll buy. You remember there's a deadline, by the way, Vecha. So it's not like open-ended. Remember, the venue has to be booked and things like that. And once people reach their number, then we're no longer going to make the tickets available. So the first come, first serve. So first come, first serve. Use the link. There's a link, guys, on the comments section. Use that link to get the tickets for the 10th of September if you are in Johannesburg. So we're going to be going across all the provinces, right? But it's this kind of event, it's only once a year. Only once a year. Only once. So if you're in Joburg, you miss this one on the 10th of September, you'll only see it again next year, unless you go and get us in other provinces. Cape Town, I'm coming in October, Durban, November, and then next year we're going to East London. We're gonna do East London, Polokwane. We're also gonna do Polokwane. So we're gonna be trying to reach out to various platforms. So yes, thank you so much. It's after 8, guys, and thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate you. And then I'll see you guys again. Tomorrow is what? It's Tuesday. Okay, but together, even though it's a holiday, yes, we're still together tomorrow. Let's meet tomorrow at 7:30 until 8 o'clock. Okay, and get your questions ready, guys. And immediately when we live, guys, please hoy questions, right? Hoy questions. Don't wait for me to ask you guys to hoy questions. So hoy question. So what do you want to talk about tomorrow? Maybe let's see what is the key question that you want to focus on also that I can start the conversation with tomorrow. Let me see which question is. Let me see if someone is going to ask. Which question do you want to look into tomorrow? First question, like we did yesterday. Let me see. Let me see. No one is okay. You guys are not okay. Let's see. Maybe you're thinking about it. It's fine. That's fine. I'm not lazy. I'll go and find questions for you guys. And I know other guys will be interacting with me from other social media platforms, and then we will take it from there. For those who will be joining me at TikTok from anytime from now, actually, I'll see you on the other side of the world. Yes, I'll see you guys on the other side of the world. Okay.